Join with me today is Valley Flying, and we're going to do roster review, right?
Oh, yes.
All right.
I love this time of the month.
So I have played for almost. It never gets old.
A lifetime. It never does.
Like, what about like WOG
does.
jokes? They never get old. I love them. We've had a lot of those lately. So log in to 1,800 days. I'm at 1,695 out of 1,800, and that means we're coming up on $1,700. $1,700? Well, actually, a little more than that.
Yes, I love it. Hey, that's what those 15K gold ore fragments at 300 power cores would be selling for. Yeah, so a lot of money there, brother.
You know, I just wanted to just take a moment to say, like, Scopely, you know, when it comes to, I've actually played 6,000 arena battles. You could keep your 3 Hulk shards. You know, I'm just saying. So we.
But you want that raid health, though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, raid health. So we were doing a video on your channel, and we kind of went over some different things. One of the things that I want to talk about was we've both been playing this game for over 1,600 days, right? And this is different. Apocalypse is different than we've had anything else in the game. And I asked if you were having fun and if you liked the idea to like you kind of have to do everything. Like someone says, "Oh, should I gear? How good is Abomination?" Someone asked me that yesterday on chat. I said, it doesn't really matter. You have to upgrade him.
If you want Apocalypse, you have to.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I would compare this to Dark Dimension 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but they tell you which characters you have to bring in, is what I would compare this to. You don't get a choice. These are the Horseman characters. You need to build these guys up. That's how you get Apocalypse.
Yeah, I feel like Dark Dimension 5, there were good choices and better choices and then bad choices, right? But you actually had choices, right? That's the difference, right? Between like Dark Dimension 5, you actually had to sit there and think like, wow, this character doesn't take a lot of resources, so I'll get in earlier. This one I could use in a different game mode, blah, 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 blah. Like on all the Dark Dimensions, not all of them, but specifically 3, 4, and 5, right? You actually had to think about it quite a bit. And you got to make some, you know, you got to work on characters that you preferred, let's say. And everybody, largely, most people had a different build order from, not everybody used the same build order. So this is a lot more restrictive now. So are you having fun with this or what do you think?
I'm having fun in the chase, but I don't like that I'm restricted. It's not as fun in that mode. I like the freedom. If I want to build a cheap character that I know is not going to use after, but I get me in sooner, I could have done it in the previous Dark Dimensions. I don't have that option now. I have to build Scarlet Witch. I have to build Phantom X if I want Apocalypse.
Right.
So let me turn the question over to you, because I sort of answered this in my video, but we're holding off on this video to get your answer. Are you having more fun now that we have this roadmap for Apocalypse and it is set? Every player has to build these characters if they want Apocalypse.
Okay, so I two things. No, the short answer is no. Like I don't particularly care that for everything being laid out. Every character is either a Scourge character or a Horseman team character or a Horseman. Yeah. Like everything is just like so. It feels like there's not a lot of opportunities to like back off of from teams and work on the teams that I want. Some of the teams I'm pretty happy. Like I'm pretty happy whenever it's a raid team, right? Like a raid team, and I can like the Bionic Avengers. That's a lot of fun, right?
They're fun.
A lot of fun. We're gonna take a look at them here in a minute. Bionic Avengers, a lot of fun. I use them every day in raids, and I know that I'm gonna get some value out of them because you know, like, well, you have to scroll this up a little bit, but they are going to be used on the fourth Horseman and then the Scourge, right? So like that feels good. But some of these other teams, not as much. You know what I mean? So like, you know, Web Warriors, yeah, that was cool. Dark Hunters, oh, okay. You know what I mean? That's not a war team. It's all right. Young Avengers.
One game mode.
Yeah, Young Avengers, awesome. Actually, I like enjoying them. A-Force and Humans, not so much. And Hero and Guardians, I have mixed feelings about them. I'm not really...
The defense.
Yeah, it's so... like this whole... I think right now, this whole batch right here, Hero as Guardians, Ravagers, Wave 1 Avengers. Wave 1 Avengers, so there's Iron Man and Wave 1 Avengers. There's Hulk and Wave 1 Avengers, right? So there's some, you know, like I figure I have to kind of upgrade this anyways. But I feel like there's some bad choices in here that I'm going to have to upgrade that maybe I wouldn't have normally upgraded.
Yeah, and even those horseman teams, the
Oh
unlimited
yeah,
X-Men. If you don't like Crucible, you gotta build them up anyway.
yeah. Like
You gotta not just Gambit and other ones,
it was
not just Gambit and Rogue.
it was painful taking up Scarlet Witch. It's painful taking up Phantom X, right? It's painful taking up She-Hulk. You know what I mean? It is what it is, right? And then we don't know what this is going to be, but it's probably going to be a similar situation over there. And then additional strike requirements. Like I kind of feel like
Dormammu, Doom.
No. Actually, I have a different take right there. Okay, so largely this was right here. This was Mystic, right?
Okay.
This right here was what? Mutant, right? This here's Bio, right?
Okay.
And what is this last one going to be?
Rumors are it's also mutants, but that wouldn't make sense if they're going for those different traits on each team.
I'm going to guess that this additional strike characters is going to be all tech and skill characters.
So Secret Avengers.
Yeah,
more Bionic Avengers for the actual unlock and not just the Scourge.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like this additional strike requirements is going to be stuff that we're not using in these main four. As far as pieces and catalyst, all that stuff, right? To stretch your inventory as far as possible.
Let me ask you another question, though. As far as this Apocalypse event, you're not having as much fun. What would it take for this event to make it fun for you, to return the fun that you had in Dark Dimension? Is it opening up the selection to unlock Apocalypse, or is it something else?
Okay, so it's give and take, right? The fun that I'm not having from like the map all planned out for the year is being made up more in specific game modes, like War and Crucible. I'm finding that people are using wacky-do teams and doing high amounts of theory crafting, and every person I play against is different, and I'm seeing different strategies. Not as much as in War, but definitely in Cosmic Crucible. I haven't had two Cosmic Crucibles play out the same. I don't know about you. And it seems like
different defenses.
And people are using different defenses, and they're using teams, and you're like, I've never seen that team, but that makes sense. I see why you did that. Every time I load up someone's defense, I see something different and new. So that what I'm finding is that, like the game, as far as like building up characters you like and theory crafting, like I feel like we have like a path, and we just have to go down this path to get Apocalypse, and we're kind of forced into doing that. Where the playing and the changes and the fun and being able to do different things, I'm finding is having in the actual gameplay. Does that make sense?
It does.
I mean,
so the fun is shifted for you. Where you're having fun in the game is shifted for you.
Yeah, even the arena, which is mostly a pretty static thing, but if you look at the arena that we used to have when it was like Black Order versus Black Order, Infinity Watch versus Infinity Watch, we don't even have that today. If I go into my roster and I click on my arena teams, I pretty much have 3 arena teams that I use all the time. And you know what? And I see we're on the same arena shard, but I largely see different teams, right? I mean, it's not the same. I see the same 3 or 4 teams pretty much always, right?
There's 3 to 5 that I always see, but we know the counters to all these. Sometimes the counters work. They're not. Some of these counters aren't 100%, but. Yeah, same team, same counters.
But in general, I want to say this is much better than Infinity Watch.
That was the worst arena meta, honestly.
All right, and I'm just saying that. So I'm grateful for that. Could it be better? Sure. We're gonna have to see how it changes with Red Hulk. I mean, this is like the standard team that I use almost all the time. If I need a faster team, I put in Loki and take out Dormammu, and then this is my defensive team, right? And when someone puts a super fast team, like they run all like the speed, which was like, Emma and Loki, and maybe they run Cable or something like that, then I end up defaulting back to the powerhouse team. So I pretty much, there's certain situations where I might throw in Rogue, certain situations where I run Omega Red, but typically I'm saying like 90% of the time I'm using one of these 3 teams. So
got it. Yeah, it's a fun meta.
Yeah, so as far as roster review goes, yeah, I'm just kind of
Yes.
plugging away.
Uh,
I crossed the 30 million
what is this?
threshold.
Oh my goodness, you've crossed the barrier.
Yeah. Oh my God, we're definitely in deep up there, man. Like it keeps going, and
Jeez.
yeah, and then as far as teams that I'm currently working on, I mean, right now there's three characters that are hard node farmable that I don't have, so I spent every day farming them, which would be Star Lord, Doctor Voodoo, Magic.
Yeah.
I'm working on Abomination, but like a lot of other people, there's these catalysts that are just a significant crunch, and so I'm farming this like
The
crazy.
orange catalysts are the problem in the game right
Well,
now.
for me, it's the health catalyst. It seems to change between the three. You know what I mean? The health damage
Yeah,
and the
but my
focus.
point is, it's orange gear, not the current teal gear. It's the
Oh
orange gear
yeah,
that we're
yeah,
having
yeah, yeah,
problems with.
yeah,
Is the thing?
yeah. Definitely the orange gear. It seems to be the biggest throttle. And someone asked me, like I said, oh, is Abomination any good? Because it doesn't matter. I'm upgrading him one way or another because he's a part of the Gamma team, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
I got to take him. The quicker. I got to take him to 16 eventually. So might as well, start thinking about doing that now. And any questions about what I'm farming and just like they're being
Let me just see which characters you've taken to level 90.
okay.
Just
So
out of curiosity, because I noticed you didn't do your Eternals, but those, as soon as I got to 90, those are the first two characters that I did. So kind
okay.
of want to see your thought process of which characters you took up and which you didn't.
So typically, I take up a couple you guys got to spend about 2 million gold a day, right? Which is upgrading a little more than four or five characters a day up a level, right? And then we have our new characters coming in. So it typically will, if I run into a problem like where, like I can tell you, I ran into a problem with a Mega Red in my entire Weapon X team where it didn't take down a Darkhold team like I thought it should inside
Yeah.
of inside of Alliance War. So I ended up upgrading them to 90. So typically, whenever a team fails me, then they get upgraded. Like
I got it. Got it.
like I'm doing something during the day, and let's say it's a mutant node, and the mutant node in Doom 3 is trash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and so it's like it failed me. Okay, I need to upgrade them. It failed me. Okay, I need to upgrade them. So that's been so for one reason or another. Something happened when I was playing during the day, and that's the reason why I chose to take these characters up. So,
Got it.
so I'm just gonna
Okay, so
scroll.
the whole all the Weapon X, I got it.
Yeah, the whole Weapon
I was
X got
wondering
it.
about this. The next question about Sabretooth and Omega Red. Okay, but I see him right there, right there.
Yeah. So then this something went wrong, and I needed to upgrade them. It is kind of the process, right? And you can see the Beast is there, and then you can see that I've also taken up my Bionic Avengers, right? They're
Got it.
now I will probably be taking up a character like Kestrel next, and so on and so on in Doom. It's just that I you only have so much gold, only so much that you can spend a day,
Yeah.
and when I was dropping attacks in war, team get upgraded. When I'm not able to one shot a node inside of Doom, team gets upgraded. You know what I mean? That's kind of
Makes
the
sense.
process. So the characters that, and like the other day I was playing with my Bionic Avengers. We've talked in your video about how much fun they are, and they are a lot of fun. But I walked into a node and my Deathlock got nuked before he got to
Oh,
take a turn. Right? He gets upgraded. You know what I mean? Like
makes sense.
he goes to 90. He went to 16. Like I'm not going to do that again. I play that. You play them every single day. Like you play those nodes every day. You play those characters every day. So like if I can, if upgrading them helps at all, then that's what I'm going to do.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Now you're talking about some teams that you're upgrading. Obviously, you've upgraded the Bionic Avengers. What other priorities do you have right now that you're currently working on?
All right, my top priority from a practical standpoint is arena teams. Then it goes
Okay.
to raids, right? And then it goes to Crucible, and then it goes
And then
into
you
war and
and then
war
you just
defense.
upgrade based on problems in that order.
Yes, and so
Okay.
I do enjoy playing in war more than a lot of people, and I'm in Alliance where they care about war a lot. It's very intense, and we're very much a war-based alliance. So I upgrade things that are war-based more often than other people do. But when I upgrade a war team, I want to make sure that war team is getting used at least in a minimum Cosmic Crucible. You know what I mean? Like, and because Cosmic Crucible is a narrower bandwidth of teams, right? Because in war you have to set 10 on defense, right? Where it's 6, so it's not half, but it's 40% less at least, right? And so like I'm not upgrading teams that are exclusively to war but not being used in Cosmic Crucible. But if they're a team that is used in Cosmic Crucible, I will upgrade it as long as it does both at a minimum. But my priority over that, without a doubt, is raids. And our alliance does Doom Raid 3.4, and so it's pretty rough, right? And so whenever I have a problem on a node, then I'm upgrading the team.
Gotcha. All right. What are some of the more recent T4s that you've done? Or it looks like you're going to save squads.
Yeah, we can do that. I recently, like I said, I was struggling. I was struggling with my Bionic Avengers, and so I pretty much put all the T4s on this team because I figured, nice. I figured I was going to be, not only because of they're used every day in the raids, right? And they're actually, I like them. That matters too.
Fun.
Yes, that I like.
Yeah, they're fun.
They're fun, right? And they're going to be used on the for the fourth horseman, right? So I figure between the fourth horseman, them being used in raids a lot, I do use them to a lesser extent inside of Alliance War for sure, and also in Cosmic Crucible. But more importantly, I find them to be fun. You know what I mean? Like, I enjoy playing them. So like Deathlock, I took him to gear tier 16 because he got one-shotted in a node, right? And it's like, okay, I don't want that to happen anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, just before you got to take Vision, I recently just put her basic on here like yesterday because the basic right there will call in the assist from her father, Vision. So it's like, okay, I'm going to do that, right? And I figure like any of the resources that I put into my Bionic Avengers, I'll get use out of them later. At a minimum, I play them every day inside of the raids, and then hopefully this becomes the best team. We don't know that. We don't know if Bionic Avengers is going to be the young Avengers of the fourth Scourge, but I'll get some use out of them.
Pretty good right now.
Pretty good right
now in tech, and you're getting use out of him every single day. That's a good upgrade.
Yeah. Plus tonight there's a Blitz event that they get bonus points, so why not, right? You know what I mean? So Hulkbuster also fantastic. Just did the reason why I did his basic is I was using it. I didn't do his basic at first, and I just did his basic the other day because I'm using it all the time. Plus, I've got Striker on him, so that way when he does the Striker attack, he'll do a little bit more damage, and that's fantastic. I just really like this team, and I might take them higher to even 16 if I find a need. Right now, I'm pretty much was only taking teams on this list up to 16. With the as far as the horsemen and their teams is what I was kind of waiting that for. But anyways, I did all the T4s, and then Iron Man, who is Wave 1 Avengers. I have not done his Unibeam because that's just extra damage, which I understand is kind of nice. And then extra damage on his secondary targets. That kind of seems kind of bad, right?
Yeah, I know I'm using that ultimate not very much. I use that special all the time, but I don't use that ultimate as much.
Yeah, special is way more impactful. The thing about the ultimate, though, is that it does give energy to everybody on the team, right?
Yeah, it's usually a one-shot kill when I do use that, but I know I'm using the special a lot more.
Yeah, but it also give more energy out than the special, and then it also heals up more, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, maybe I should use
I do the same thing. I use the special way more. I love the special. The special, I mean, when you're looking at like 6 people out there and 3 of them are into red, you want to hit that special every time, right? You know what I mean? It's just
all right. I gotta look for targets. I do like that energy though. I didn't notice that. I thought it was just damage. So I will.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy on here right there. Yeah, so that is like good for giving out the energy, and then also the heals from Viv's passive. So that's a lot of fun. Yeah. Nice. Other teams that I'm working on right now, pretty much I'm working on all the Gamma team right now. So those are the 2 teams that I'm currently working on. Was Bionic Avengers, and now I've switched over to Gamma. And I'm just kind of preempting this as far as being, I don't really have a choice. You know what I mean? It's like, did I really enjoy
Oh, you're
taking?
building them now? Okay.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
waiting. I'm waiting for a little while to
Oh,
build mines, but
what
all
else?
right.
What if I don't have the resources because I spend it on something else when it comes time? You know what I mean?
I think we got a lot of time before you need them for apocalypse. Maybe you'll need them for war sooner than I will, but before we need them for apocalypse, we got some time. We got months.
Yeah, I just figure that I might as well just do them now, and get it over with, and then that way I don't have to worry about did I save enough resources, did I not save enough resources. So Abomination will be going up to 16 as soon as I get through the oranges. You know what I mean? And just to make sure,
Nice.
because I don't know if they're going to have much use, but as soon as I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of use out of them once we get Red Hulk. So I just I'm like reluctant to upgrade my Bionic Avengers. I'm not reluctant to upgrade these guys right here. And so
Oh, okay.
they're gonna get it's just like, because you're gonna have to use them to get to 16 to get the baby apocalypse. Might as well take them up now. There's no I just don't see any like I'm not gonna regret upgrading them. I have to upgrade them eventually, right?
Yes.
If I can get some use out of it today, maybe not. I don't know. I don't really right now in their current form. I'm not we have to see Red Hulk. If Red Hulk gives them viability in like Cosmic Crucible, then I'm going to be thrilled.
Yeah, his kid is strong as heck.
Yeah.
He
So
might.
yeah, I'm hoping, right? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. They got Braun on his way. So all right, and then I do want to show you kind of what I do for war and a little bit
Yeah,
for.
let me see your war attacks because that's usually pretty interesting to me.
All right. War attacks is kind of interesting. So, war attacks. Let's go to the top squads. Okay, the main team in war right now is going to be Weapon X,
Nice.
primarily being reserved for Darkhold. There's lots of variations of Darkhold, but typically what we've been seeing is full Darkholds or Scarlet Witches being removed and being placed with Red Guardian, which then requires a little bit different counter. Maybe something to take out the Red Guardian first, right? And then, which is usually like Shadowlands or something like that. Infinity Watch is kind of like a flex team right here. Again, they all got a lot of these got upgraded. You see, I took a lot of them to 16, is because I struggled against a certain matchup.
Okay.
And there's so many teams that this is good that they're good against inside of war. This team right here, typically I will use this against Eternals. I will drop Silver Surfer and Emma, and as long as it has Loki in these two, it's probably fine. Sometimes I put Black Bolt and Yo-Yo in there just for fun.
Nice.
Then we've got S.A. Kestrel, which is good against Bionic Avengers, good against Marauders for sure. These do not get used. Believe me, they do not get used. They're just there.
Let's just move on.
Yeah. Punch. Okay, cleanups. Punch down against Wakandans. They can punch down against Wakandans, so that's kind of nice.
In war or Crucible?
In war.
War. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then right here, primarily used against Young Avengers. They also this team here will work against Unlimited X-Men.
Have you tried Namor against Young Avengers since the rework?
Okay. The problem is that I'm the Young Avengers that we've been coming against typically has Dormammu, and that's a different problem.
Oh.
Yeah. So
I was surprised that a Namor version beat the Young Avengers with a slight punch up earlier today. So they're better.
Yeah,
they're better than they were.
They're better than they were. That's fine, but where if that continues and we see more things like what you just said, like Namor is just as effective as Doom, then Doom can go on to defense. But for right now, because we're using this sometimes against Hero as Guardians, right, which is a real mess.
Okay.
Hero as Guardians, Unlimited X-Men, Young Avengers. But typically, Young Avengers right now is being paired up with Dormammu, which is another whole process to get through that. You have to take now this team is not being used right now, and typically Namor goes on another team, so I'm not really using this. This is probably like one of my favorite teams of all time against
what is that for?
Wakandans. Wakandans have no way of cleansing themselves.
Okay.
And basically, Dagger does all of the heavy lifting and wipes the team. And they're blinded, so they go and they get blinded by Magneto, right? Then Cloak goes and does a bunch of nastiness things. Then Dagger goes and does a bunch of nasty things. And then Toad extends it because they're all clumped together. This just wipes Wakandans. It's a lot of fun.
All right, I like that. I'm going to shift around my defense a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. And then what else are you going to use these people against? It seems to work very well, like all the time. Cool. This works against a lot of different teams. Mostly against certain Merc teams, specifically if they do not have defense down. It's kind of problematic with defense down, though, but there are a lot of Merc teams. This right here, typically Namor gets dropped off the team, and we use Zemo against Heroes for Hires that have Red Guardian. I don't know if you've been seeing that.
No Mordo, now that he got that Dark Hunter tag yet. Okay.
No Mordo. Now, if they're not running the problem is that we're seeing Heroes for Hire with Red Guardian in the middle.
Okay.
And the problem with that is then that Morbius can't chain correctly. So you have to be able to strip that.
Yeah, I've seen a Luke that screwed it up a little for me.
Yeah, so you have to then you have to put Zemo on the team, and then Zemo strips the taunt from Red Guardian, right? And then Morbius can do his job correctly. Now, if you're just playing against a traditional Heroes for Hire, I believe Mordo is optimal. You know, gotcha. Mordo works great. Shadowlands does a lot of different things, but mostly they're used for sacking teams that have like Red Guardian. Red Guardian is a problem in a lot of different situations, but there's a lot of different things like that. Ravagers kind of can go up against like low-level Marauders. This can be a sack against Dormhold, and then Unlimited is typically on defense at this time. So there's a lot of good things.
Nice. Cool.
So that is pretty much what we do. And then if you want to see my war defense,
I actually gotta go right now. I gotta go leave to pick up the kids.
Okay.
It's 3:50.
All right. Well, that'll wrap up the video for today.
Sorry.
Say bye, Valley Flying.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching and keep on gaming. Bye for now.
I'll see you guys later. Bye.
I was trying to say I could.